Hey, what's up everybody? Making a short video today about 3 quick and easy tips you can do today in the next 10 minutes that can increase the comfort to your second floor in your home. Now, a lot of you, like most homeowners, we have second floors that in the summertime are too hot. The temperature varies wildly between rooms. It's very humid up there. We're just generally extremely uncomfortable. Now, most of us don't get good answers from our HVAC companies, from the technicians when they come out. So we just kind of start to accept this as just the way that it is. Most of us would defend the fact when it's brought up that the second floor is fine just because you're so used to it being uncomfortable. Well, there are some quick and easy things that you can do yourself to increase the comfort to the second floor just as soon as you start to wrap your head around how the airflow is actually cooling the second floor and how we can improve it. So first off, you need to understand a couple basics. Hot air naturally flows to cool air. So hot air normally rises because the higher you go, normally the colder the air is, because we're further away from the Earth's surface. So the general rule of thumb is that hot air rises, although hot air can go in any direction. But in our home in particular, when the sun is blaring through all of our windows and it's hitting our whole first floor and our open floor plan, the heat will hit the objects in the room, it will heat your first floor up, and that heat is naturally going to want to start rising. So if you have a home with an open foyer, you can clearly see to the second floor, or a staircase, the heat is almost always going to want to rise right up that staircase naturally, and it's going to want to overwhelm that second floor. So there are a couple things you can do to combat this. The first thing you want to do is to always keep the second floor bedroom doors closed. Always closed. I know that the second floor looks better with the rooms with the doors open. I know it increases the sight lines and it looks better. I know I've had many homeowners argue with me about it. But if you want to increase the comfort in the summertime and make that second floor, those bedrooms cooler, definitely keep those doors closed. So when you have a bedroom door left open, you're actually doing two things. One, you're letting all the heat from the entire house rise up the second floor hallway, and you're letting that heat overwhelm the bedroom because the door is open, but you're also letting all the cold air leave the room. So the reason why the cold air leaves the room is because cold air is denser than hot air. So cold air is naturally going to want to gather on the floor or ground, just like fog does. It's going to want to gather, and then it's going to want to build up. But if you have a bedroom and your door is wide open, before that cold air can start building in the room to fill it, it's going to flow right out, and it's going to overcool your first floor. So most people with an uncomfortable second floor also say, my first floor is freezing cold. Well, that's because you're doing the exact opposite of what you want to achieve. So by keeping your bedroom door closed, you are blocking the heat from entering into the room, and then you are allowing the cold air in the room to actually start to fill it up. And the door's closed, so it's trapped in, it's filling up the whole room. So that's the first huge thing. The second thing that I would recommend that you do is that you get a piece of tissue paper, you turn your system on, you go into each bedroom, and I want you to take the tissue paper, and I want you to, up high on your wall, you should have a return grill. It can either be a single 14x8 grill, or it might be a 30x8 grill, like a double wide. But each bedroom's going to have a grill up high on the wall. I want you to take that tissue paper and stick it to the grill and make sure that there's enough force of airflow that it'll hold the tissue on its own. What you're doing is you're verifying that that return's doing its job. The job of that return grill up high, is if you have your square room, all your cold air is building on the bottom, but at the top where the return is, it's actually sucking all the heat out of the top of the room and taking it back to the system where it can be cooled. So if you can verify that that return is functioning properly, as it's filling up air with the door closed, you're going to cool that room to a nice, crisp, cold feeling. If you stick a tissue paper on that return and you notice your returns are not working, then your rooms can still get cold by keeping the door closed, but you're going to get the average of the two. You're going to have cold air mixing in with the hot air of the room. You'll still get cold, it just won't be as cold as it could have been. If the returns are functioning and you're sucking the heat out of the room as you're filling it up, you're going to get a nice cold bedroom. So yeah, if you verify those returns are working, keep that bedroom door closed. And then the third really quick and easy tip is they sell those little door covers that slide under the bottom of the door to prevent drafting. Definitely get one of those for each of the bedrooms, especially if you have hardwood floors and there's a good healthy gap at the bottom of the door. That's going to really help seal in all that cold air with those returns running. That difference right there alone, if your returns are working and you're actually pumping good airflow to those rooms, you close those bedroom doors, you wait 20 minutes, your bedroom's going to drop 5-10 degrees just like that. That's just a simple little trick because the average person doesn't truly understand, thermodynamics or how the air is reacting and what it's trying to do naturally. So now that you know, those are 3 super quick, super easy tips that can increase the comfort to your second floor, 10 minutes tops, that you can do yourself. So I hope that you enjoyed these tips. If your returns are not working, or you have a bigger issue, or the air doesn't feel right coming out of the vents, maybe it's time to have a professional come out to give you a more in-depth look, to look at your duct system and tell you if some improvements can be made to fix it. But you don't necessarily have to jump to this crazy conclusion that you need all this brand new stuff, and you don't start there. You start at the basics, and then we work our way from there to figure out what exactly is causing the problem. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. As always, if you're having problems, you can call me directly, 302-544-0125. Ask for Josh, speak to me directly, we can talk. Maybe there's a couple more tips and tricks I can give you over the phone. And ultimately, if none of those work, we can always come out and do a quick little audit on your duct system and the performance of your furnace blower motor, and we can figure out what's going on. All right, appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.